Congress just handed commercial real estate investors the biggest tax break in years, if not decades. And in today's video, we're gonna break down the top wins for commercial real estate investors in Trump's big, beautiful bill. Let's get after it. What's going on, wise investors? Welcome back to the channel where we help you build wealth through commercial real estate. President Trump's big, beautiful bill narrowly passed the Senate earlier this week in a dramatic 51-50 vote, which Vice President J.D. Vance casted the tie-breaking vote. As of today, July 3rd, it just got signed and passed through the House and is making its way to President Trump's desk for a July 4th signing, right on cue with what he was hoping for to be enacted into law. Now, no matter how you feel about a lot of the things that are in this bill, we're going to keep it specific to real estate and how it impacts you, your investments, your investors, and the communities that you are investing in. The 887-page tax and spending package is here, and it is something that many lawmakers have been racing against President Trump's July 4th deadline to pass this bill. Now, specifically for commercial real estate investors, there's a lot of legislation in this bill that is going to deliver some major victories that could reshape the investment landscape, not only today, but going forward. One of those being 100% bonus depreciation, which is extended through 2029. Under the Biden administration, year over year, they were phasing it out from 100 down to 80, down to 60, down to 40, and now we are retroactive back up to 100%. So what does that mean? Property owners would be able to immediately deduct the full cost of qualifying improvements and equipment in the purchase year, plus deduct physical real estate used for manufacturing in a single year. This represents, when you take the accumulation of all of the potential tax breaks, over $200 billion in potential tax breaks to encourage factory construction, which, as we know, with a lot of the investments that Trump is trying to bring back stateside, with a lot of the manufacturing and business that Trump is trying to bring back domestically within the U.S., this is going to be a very positive incentive for many of the investors and the spaces that these businesses, this manufacturing is potentially going to land. Now, we also have 1031 like-kind exchanges surviving and remaining intact. This was something that was on the chopping block under the Biden administration and likely was going to be under a lot of stress with the Harris administration if she got in. And we can happily say that it is not going away anytime soon. This critical tax deferral tool for commercial real estate has been around for decades and has been a really important way for optimizing people's portfolios, right? Protecting and preserving equity, incentivizing them to reinvest and grow going forward, and is really a great tool for portfolio optimization that will allow you to continue to leverage this vehicle going forward as a way to shelter taxes and grow your investments, which again, it allows you to roll those proceeds from one investment property into another without an immediate tax consequence. We also have seen there is an immediate R&D expense deduction in this bill. And what that means is ultimately companies would be able to immediately deduct domestic research and development expenses rather than capitalizing them over several years, which drives demand for laboratory space and specialized facilities in innovation corridors. We also are seeing enhanced business interest deduction made permanent. So EBITDA-based interest deductibility would become permanent, helping highly leveraged commercial real estate investments offset some of the pressure from the higher interest rates that we've all experienced over the last few years with the Fed raising rates. We are also seeing pass-through entity tax benefits enhanced. The 20% qualified business income, QBI, deduction would be extended with a broader phase-in range, potentially saving partnerships $40,000 to $50,000 annually on every $1 million of income. Again, these are all little things that add up over time. And when you think about the opportunity cost of being able to save these things and roll it into other investments, roll it into other assets that are in communities and are bringing jobs, are bringing tax revenue, and are incentivizing investors' investment and creating more of a ripple effect in a positive way, this is all great stuff. Now, we're also seeing a revenge tax and SALT pass-through limitation eliminated. So what this means, the proposed 5% tax on foreign investors, potentially rising to 20%, has been removed from the bill, preserving access to international capital. Trump is definitely pushing for a lot of international investment to continue to flow into the United States, and this is one provision that will incentivize and hopefully not hinder that. So the SALT cap would be temporarily raised to $40,000 with income-based phase-outs, and there's more details to be had on that. Another big one was opportunity zones, and those have now, under this bill, been made permanent and expanded. Over time, they were slowly getting phased out, and a lot of the benefits that were tied to opportunity zones were ultimately going to be lost for people that didn't fall within the investment window that was required to get those benefits. Well, now the Opportunity Zone program will gain permanent status with expanded criteria, removing investment uncertainty and providing long-term clarity for developers in designated areas that they really want to incentivize investment dollars and growth happening. So overall, the bottom line, with the big, beautiful bill now heading to President Trump's desk for passage on July 4th, commercial real estate industry leaders are cautiously optimistic about what this impact is going to have on our industry as a whole, citing that, the bill balances support for housing and low-income communities with fair treatment of business investments, positioning it to drive capital into commercial properties nationwide, which, in my opinion, again, commercial investments are hubs for small businesses, mid-level businesses, and big businesses that service big industries within our country, that service communities, that provide jobs, taxpayer dollars. And if we can continue to protect those vehicles, obviously, as an investor, I want to have an opportunity to continue to be a capitalist and grow and have a positive impact on myself, my family, future generations, my employees, and the communities that I invest in. But we want to create opportunities that continue to bring and pull the smartest people, the most innovative people, and the individuals that have dollars and dreams that are ultimately going to benefit us as Americans. And after a turbulent few years in commercial real estate, this bill and the wins that it has for commercial real estate investors and just the industry as a whole is going to provide, in my opinion, the foundation for commercial real estate to have some really strong footing and foundation to build and grow off of going forward. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Let's leave all the politics aside from some of the other things that are in this bill, but specifically, which one of these gets you most excited? Personally, I'm most excited about, obviously, 1031s, which I didn't really think was going to go away, but most importantly, because of my current tax situation, the bonus depreciation getting reinstated up to 100%, which is going to help so many people who have tax burdens this year to find a way and incentivize a way to invest some of those dollars back into real estate assets that you can do a cost segregation study on, that you can front load a lot of that bonus depreciation right back into year one and take it as you need to best suit your certain tax goals. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm curious what your thoughts are, what your favorite component of this bill is from a real estate investor perspective. Feel free to drop those down below. And again, as always, don't forget to check out all the great resources, tools that we have for you guys available down below as well. With that being said, appreciate you tuning in today. Keep investing in yourself and your wealth on your march to $1 million and beyond. Cheers.